Okay, so I'm in a park and I signed up for this service event that is 5 hours long, and I hope it doesn't take that long, but yeah, we're basically just gonna be planting trees for Earth Day. And I know we don't have to talk, but I just felt like I need an introduction. Okay. And I didn't want to do this in front of people, so I will do my 5 minutes of me planting the trees once we start. It doesn't start till 8:30, so the event does not start like actually until 9:30. So since I came by myself, I was just standing there like a loner, and I decided I'm gonna just wait in my car until 9:30. They gave us, food, coffee, and a shirt that I'm wearing under, but you can't see it because it's cold, so I'm wearing a sweater. And once again, I know we're not supposed to be talking, but once you get into like that blogging vibe, you kind of really get into it. And I think I'm gonna become a YouTuber now. And I guess I also want to. I don't know. This is a cool event, planting trees. I care about our planet, so I don't know. I don't know if this is. I don't think this is gonna be shown to the students, but I'm raising awareness so you guys know about this event and maybe come out next year. Yeah.
And Luz is very, very modest, but I'm gonna give a little plug to her. We graduated in 1991 from San Fernando High School. She went off to become an engineer from MIT. And so when we talk about the commitment and the people that were born and raised in these neighborhoods, good things happen in these neighborhoods. Unfortunately, it doesn't always get talked about. But Luz is an example of those women who grew up in these neighborhoods, and we made a commitment. We made a real commitment that the generations after us were not going to have to deal with the garbage and the landfills and become we have had to sustain we become basically the progress for the rest of the city of Los Angeles has been on the shoulders of these communities. And no longer. We've made a commitment to make sure that when we're in office, we're going to advocate for open space, that we're going to advocate to make sure that these polluters finally get their act together, and we're going to restore and mitigate some of these neighborhoods, just like the rest of the city. We don't need anything else. We're not asking for anything else that's terribly special. We want clean air to be able to breathe, and we want our children not to grow up with asthma. That's all we're asking for. And so I'm really appreciative that you all are here from other communities helping us restore some of the environmental injustices that have been committed in these communities. So thank you very much. I'm also really proud to be the woman on the City Council to have introduced the Green New Deal for Los Angeles. That when it comes to improving the environment, and I'm a fighter for climate change, but guess what? It has to start and end in frontline communities like Sun Valley. So thank you very much for allowing me to be here. Thank you all for being here. I love to see the little children be here and be part of how to make our environment and our earth better for you and for your kids and for your grandkids. And I have a busy schedule today. I've got a little girl who's playing soccer not too far away from here at our park. So I want to give a big round of applause to our City Rec and Parks Department, who's running amazing programs all afternoon today. And in particular, I also want to thank City Plans for investing in my neighborhoods. And you guys, this is probably one of two events that I'm doing this morning with City Plans to make sure that we're investing back in neighborhoods like Sun Valley. So thank you very much, and let's have a good tree planting ceremony. Thank you.
Okay, I want to try.
You want to try it?
Come here.
Go.
Don't take any pictures.
No?
You take pictures of me?
It's okay, I'm only taking a video.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I'm watching her.
What's up?
She's just taking a video.
Oh my god.
Do I have to make it whiter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it has to be over here.
I got this, guys. You go, Amy.
Be careful.
Manual labor is
But
in
go
my
deeper
blood. Is that our tree?
Yeah.
Rebecca would be so
Nice
proud
little
of me.
tree.
The last time we did planting trees, I didn't do this.
I also feel like Today's great for it though.
It is.
If it was hot today,
Sit down, please. Sit.
A minute if you want to tap out, Amy.
I'm gonna do at least 5 minutes.
Let's find a repeatable routine to this, guys.
yes.
It's kick. Whoa, not that kind of kick.
Point, kick.
Alexis, you want to come dig a hole, Mama? Go like this. Woo! Want to do it again? Woo! Like that? Yeah, take some release lift. Woo! Is that fun or what? Yeah? Okay, then go, Mama. Go, Mama. Now I gotta do big holes, okay?
Come back over here. Good job, baby.
You did so good, Alexis. I think that's pretty deep, man.
How deep do you have to make it? Alright.
Why?
Not that one. That one's a different species. He's bringing it right now.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
Needs to be deeper though, right?
Yeah, just a little bit more deeper. I will just kind of cut it off more on this side. That one will go here. The two IRs
Maybe
are
on try it or
basically
Want to try?
the ones that we have on that side, the ones with thorns. That's what those two
Yeah.
IRs
You have to make it wider, yeah.
It shows here that they were supposed to be 2 jacarandas somewhere.
Hey, that wasn't so bad after all.
I have the 2 California pepper out.
Good job. I'll be ready.
Oh. No, these two here. These are supposed to be right. They are. So post level. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so those California peppers, these Indian rosewood have changed to the ones with the thorns. Yeah. The blue ones are Arizona. So that's fine. And then the jacaranda's on the other side. So if we could take that jacaranda then and the other jacaranda and put it back on the other side. And they're actually going to the other side.
So you don't need the third level, right?
Is mommy
Repeat what you said.
No, because these two are California peppers and those two are the Indian rosewood. So I'm going to do that to the green tree, or maybe I'll pass them to see if they'll.
This actually isn't like too bad. We could maybe plant 5 billion trees today.
Yeah.
Before the
Yeah. So he's coming with yeah.
So I did my 5 minutes of recording. I'm really tired, but yeah, I took my sweater off and I put it back in my car. This is the shirt that they give out. I think it says reforestation, onetreeplant.org. And we split up into 4 groups, and our group is gonna be planting around 40 trees, and in total, the whole event, it's gonna be 100 and it was like 120 something or 30 something, but yeah. Well, that was just one hole that, but we're planting all around this park, and honestly I can't wait to come back in a few years and see how it looks like, see how much the trees have grown in. yeah, definitely gonna come back here. Okay, that's it. Bye.
Safety. Be conscious of your planting partners, the people around you. Don't, put the, hi-ho, hi-ho. No, just keep that. Also, we don't want to put the shovel down with the point up and have someone step on it, hit somebody. So, put the tools down. Be conscious of the people around you, work together, and most importantly, have fun. Okay? Luckily, I have a pre-dug hole. You guys are going to have to, you get to dig your own hole. I promise you. It is a gift, okay? You're going to really see how difficult it is to plant a tree. Though the soil here, once you break through the top, is a really nice sandy soil. So it should be happy planting today. So the first thing we want to do is make the hole about 1.5 times the size of the nursery can. We want it wider than the nursery can. So, and then the second most important thing is that we have the tree at the right depth. So as you're digging, first we want to put the grass on one side and then put the soil on another. So we don't want to put the grass back into the planting hole. We're going to use the grass at the end to help form the berm around the hole we just dug. So after you have your hole dug, as you're going, you're going to want to measure it to make sure you're at the right depth. Planting a tree too low is not good for it. Planting it too high is not good for it either. So we want to plant it about 1/2 inch above the grade because it's going to settle a little. So what we do is we want to go in and find where the root flare is. So that's where the trunk starts to widen at the base and the roots come out. And that's the grade we want. Sometimes the tree, when it goes from a small gallon, small container to a larger container, that can get buried. And we also don't want that buried. So once we've found that, we're going to put our palm on the side of the pot like this, wrap our thumb around the shovel, and find the top of the soil line and come up. Okay. Where did my pick go? You want to lay that across the so you're not going to have a pick, but you're going to want to lay something across. And this is how you're going to find out where you're at. And I'm just here. If you're too deep, you're going to want to put soil back in and then tamp it down. Okay? Again, put this down. Then the next part, which is, okay, every part is important. There's no part that's not important, but the next important part is how we get the tree out of the pot. So this one's very loose, and if you have one that's really loose, you're going to want to get one of your planting supervisors to help you. But so you hold it, now kick. So you hold it for me and I'll show you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to kick and then roll and then kick and roll. And that's going to loosen it up. Since this one, so I'm scared that I'm going to lose this root ball, just so you know. So just tamp it really gently.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we did lose a lot of it, because so just pull the soil back in there. Okay. Tamp that down. And this is where your professionals can help out. So.
Make sure it's centered.
Okay, so I need some little kids. Who wants to help? Come on. I need a couple. Come on. So what I need you guys to do is just tamp on the outside.
Get in there.
There you go. Yes.
Stomp in the dirt.
A little Starbucks and a flat.
Okay, so just stay here though. We're gonna, and then you want to help? Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna hold the tree like this. You wanna backfill, or you wanna hold the tree? Okay. And anyone else? Oh, yes, great. Thank you. So they're going to put the soil in, and as you're putting it around, after you put about a couple inches in, tamp it down, put it around, put more. We want to be able to have the soil properly compacted, and that way the tree will, be a lot more stable in its establishment period. All right, kids.